Good morning, Sydney. Thank you very much for joining us today. This morning we're going to hear all about the new Hills Centre. This is a dream child of the Baulkham Hills Shire Council, and it will be opening very shortly. We'll also be speaking to Debbie Spillane, one of the reporters, shortly off to Seoul to report on the Olympics through the Network 10. And we're going to hear all about astronomy in a short while. But in the meanwhile, let's say good morning to Andrew. Hello.
Good morning, Maureen. Good morning, everyone.
You have something special for the kids today.
We do, too. As a matter of fact, we'll be meeting Inky the giraffe today. He's the little fella on the growth chart. So we'll be talking about nutrition for kids and discussing that. As well as that, we'll be having some special man-made diamonds. Kate Allen from Van Beer Diamonds is going to join us. So they'll be interesting too.
I'm always fascinated by those and very annoyed because they look so real.
They do look real.
How can you tell the difference?
Well, you can't. That's the whole point.
Very, very good. Well, I did mention that we'll be speaking about astronomy, and right at the top of the show, it's my pleasure to say good morning to Stephen Williams, who is the manager of the Grove Creek Observatory. Good morning, Stephen.
Good morning,
welcome.
Maureen.
Where is this Grove Creek Observatory?
Well, it's located 65 kilometres south of Bathurst on the way to Goulburn.
When was it built?
It was built 2 years ago, actually built for the observation of Halley's Comet. It's brand new.
Who uses now?
Well, I do. I use it for my own research, and we also have public tours there. People go and see the stars.
Would you say you're an astronomer?
Yes, yes.
The manager of the observatory. How does one become astronomer?
Well, there are two different types of astronomers. There's an amateur astronomer, which is the class that I fall into, or there is a professional astronomer who is employed by the governments who actually do the research. Amateur astronomers generally know a little bit more because they're so enthusiastic. It's a big hobby for them.
Are they important people within our community?
Yes, well, I like to think so. The amateur astronomers actually do a lot of the small work, which contributes to the wide scheme of things.
Yes, we're just looking at some pictures here. This is the second one that we've seen. Could you tell us what we're looking at?
This is our secondary observatory. We have two buildings housed at the site, and this houses our 8-inch Newtonian telescope. You can see there.
How big is it?
How long?
Yes.
Around about 7 foot.
Oh, is it? Because you can't really tell with that picture, can you?
No.
What is a supernova?
Well, super means large, and nova means new, and it's a death of a star, an exploding star.
Does that happen very often?
Very, very rarely. We see one visually with the naked eye once every 600 years, around about there.
They tell me you are an expert on the supernova.
Well, not an expert. I've done a lot of observations on it, and found it extremely interesting. It was a really big event for us.
Yes.
Stephen, is a supernova lead to a black hole, or...?
Sometimes supernovas are theoretical. We're not too sure if they really do exist. The very large stars, we feel, may in fact explode and become a black hole.
You were saying that the sun is an ordinary star.
Yes.
Some ordinary star.
Yes, that's right.
Why would you call it an ordinary star?
Well, the sun is the type of a very, very stable middle-aged star. And thank goodness for that, because we wouldn't be here on Earth if it wasn't stable. And our sun is just like billions of suns out there in the universe.
Yes.
So all the stars are suns.
Yes. You observe the sun through a hydrogen alpha filter. What is it?
Well, it's very simply explained that if you think of a rainbow, the rainbow is a light spectrum of all the colours. The hydrogen alpha filter breaks up the light coming from the sun into the rainbow, and then only looks at a very small part of this rainbow, which is the only safe way we can observe the sun. Of course, you must never ever look at the sun through a pair of binoculars or certainly a telescope. You'll lose your sight instantly. So you have to use this special equipment, and you can see all the big solar flares coming off the sun and the big black spots on the sun.
Yes. Is 1988 a special year according to the stars?
Well, as far as the planets, it is. We have a very special event happening next month with the planet Mars. Mars, in fact, is going to be the closest to Earth in a very, very long time, and it's also going to be on opposition. Now, I believe we have a diagram here to show you what that means. We have here, we can see in the diagram, there's the sun in the middle, and Mars is aligned with Earth opposite the sun. And that means Mars is fully illuminated by the sun as we can see it from our night side of Earth. So as you can see the side of Earth facing away from the sun, we can see Mars fully illuminated. Now, on that screen there, you can see where Mars is. It's closer to Earth than it would be on the other side. Now, these two events coincide only about once every 200 years, so it gives us a unique opportunity to see a lot of detail on the planet Mars from land-based telescopes that we never have been able to before.
You certainly know your business, don't you? Are all people welcome at the Grove Creek Observatory?
Yes, we're in fact the only observatory that actually let you use the equipment. We have public tours there, and I give a talk about the stars and the planets, and then show a small video. We go outside the observatory. Of course, it's we have a very, very black sky there, away from pollution and city lights, and we point out the different constellations with a top beam torch, and we can point to them and show them. Then we go inside and we actually have a look through the telescope at the different objects, and next month we're going to be very busy showing people the planet Mars.
Yes. Is there a telephone number, I wonder? Would you like to give it, that possibly people can contact you?
Yes, they can call me in Sydney on 550-1165.
Very good, because then if they want the exact location and when they can go to look at the stars, they can contact you.
We have several nights available for the public, but some nights are reserved for the professional astronomers as well.
I see. Stephen Williams, thank you very much. Stephen is the manager of the Grove Creek Observatory, so if you want to examine our heavens, that's where you should head for the heavens. We'll take a break and come back with Inky the giraffe.
Inky the
and Andy
giraffe.
too, he's coming back.
Oh, I'm coming back with Inky.